next to each other and probably Kabeth, since she was kind of sleeping near Araya.
Yeah, like I've got like my really cold feet tucked under you. Like I was a little close, and I guess like I just turn the page and like scoop my feet under, but it wakes you up. Like
kind of like.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wake you up. You can go back to sleep. It's still not. It's still in the in between. You can probably sleep more.
I rub my eyes and I'm like, oh, I'll just doze. And I kind of like snuggle up. Like if your feet are underneath me, I kind of like curl up and I put my head on your leaning and like you hear me snore briefly and then I wake myself up and then I fall back to sleep again.
Just kind of like pets you, turns a page, brow furrowed, just reading peacefully.
So I think that folks are waking up. Some of you noticed that in one of these water stone areas, or it's wild. Opens up, Peach comes out, and she's just kind of like got her hair a little messed up from sleep, and she just yawns, looks at everybody. She's got a fresh cup of coffee in her hand and goes, "Where were you all? I was in the water on water list. Nobody. Did you all sleep out here? What are you doing?"
Dang it. For the maiden.
I think the noise probably wakes Shalon up, and she stretches, pops up from maybe the same pile of warmth and cuddling as Araya and Kibeth. She squints over at Peach and says, "You couldn't have arrived like 6 hours ago?"
Right? Just like chattering teeth. No, actually she's resistant to cold. But I don't like it.
I mean, I've been here. Oh my gosh.
You?
Allie, is that Jessica Faraci too? Oh my god. You can also see I'm a natural redhead. Look at that. Allie wearing the classic bandana look. It's such a good picture. Very good. Was this a get fired up? No.
I think Ishtalan, having said that, though, she begrudgingly peels herself out of the blankets and begins to do jumping jacks, push-ups, basically, a morning warm-up, some stretching and limbering up. She is weirdly bendy. Like, the amount to which she can lift her legs, it just kind of like slightly, actually, somewhat sort of uncanny, and not totally fun to look at, because it's like, should joints really go that way? And then, she swings her arms around to do some twists and then trots off to tow Fane awake for morning sparring.
From a healer perspective, Araya makes some interesting facial expressions as like the stretch is like waiting to hear maybe like a bone pop or snap. Oh, she's fine. Guiltily stretches.
Sorry, I'm trying to think of what Esmond would do. Wherever he was, he'd wake up and spend a bit of time getting himself sorted before trying to gather everyone up. Okay, so is everyone rested? Are we ready to go?
Kibeth is like stretched, leaning against Araya's leg still. She's like, breakfast?
Slowly pulls bread out of the pouch piece by piece.
Let's make it a quick breakfast. We need to try and get back home as soon as we can.
Right, yes, right. We could go. No, there's a monster. Never mind. I was thinking that we could just go downhill from here, but there's a giant monster. You weren't here for that, but giant monster.
Noted. Okay, no more going down hills anymore, as a matter of fact, and saying that telepathically instructed first taken to the errand of a general scout of immediate and there's a thing.
Oh no!
So Zephyrus just came back successfully, and what he saw on his little scouting mission was
Bunch of gold.
All the gold. Oh wait. Yeah.
Just incalculable amount of gold, yeah.
oh, and an easy
Very
route
useful.
home. Oh my gosh, a perfect doorway home.
Yeah. Casey emerges from the piles of gold, having done very well.
Like a dragon.
Yeah, Chris, let us know when you're good.
I was just saying that after Araya had mentioned about the mantra that they had almost encountered the prior day, he said, yeah, so on that note, no more going down hills or separating from the party, period. And simultaneously telepathically instructing Zephyrus to take it to the air and scout in the general vicinity for anything potentially untoward. Yeah. Report back. Zephyrus doesn't see much of anything, so we're okay for now. Just everyone eat quickly. Let's just get back on the road quickly. Yeah.
I'd offer to pull the cart, but I can't.
That's fine. Neither can I. Chris, can you clarify? Is Muna's whole group here, or is it just Muna and Poppy? Okay. And were they like escorting us back to town, or did we just happen to run across them? Got it. Okay.
I suppose we start traveling. I mean, I think Ishan would probably take up her usual role of scouting first, or scouting ahead. She is definitely not volunteering to help push the cart. She will if she has to. And
She probably
sadly,
doesn't
she
need
might
to.
be one of the stronger people here, except for Quebec. But
I think Peach does the thing where she, like, pretends to help. Oh, you guys, it's so heavy. Can't anybody? I mean,
Beth is
I
shooing you
really
away,
feel like you
and
could
she's like,
be so
"No,
much faster
no,
and strong.
we
And Peach
can't.
happily sits in the
We'll be,
cart.
we'll get in the car. We'll be faster without you." I mean, you can also walk.
Peach climbs in the cart. I ain't that heavy, Kabeth. I'm sure you barely notice me. You know, and who knows when we might have to walk, right? I should save my energy and strength for when we have to walk.
Hopefully we don't have to. At least with, well, since Casey's here, he can mold earth and make obstacles less obstacle-y.
Right, now that I'm back, we can all sleep in some place that ain't the dirt.
Oh,
You all
thank
looked,
the maiden.
oh my goodness, so sad around the little campfire. Ugh.
I'm not gonna lie. It was cold. And then we worried about the fire. We had to really, really concern ourselves with some things that just hadn't ever come up. She's like saying as she's like, the two of them are like behind the cart, I guess.
Yep. I imagine Araya walking behind, like, and Peaches sitting on the back of the cart, being
Yes.
only a burden.
Casey swings up from behind the cart as his name is said. His shirt is pretty wide open, and there's just a steam coming off of him from where his hot skin hits the cold air.
So you don't mind cold, but you do mind. I'll never understand you, Casey.
What's not to understand? I'm gonna scout ahead a little bit. And he straightens up the great sword on his back, and it bangs a little bit against the cart as he does. If you look down in his hands, he has some leaves that he had apparently picked up somewhere, a bit of green in there that he palms into his hand, and he smiles at the two of them, Peach and Araya. It's like, just let me know when the next downhill is, yeah?
Casey, what are you trying to do when the next downhill happens? We're not going to split the party again. Esmond would lose his mind.
No, I she like does the eye, like two eye pointing at her eyes and then his eyes. Yeah. This could be a sled too.
I mean,
Yeah,
this
we
is a
touched-
sled. We've got sled, things on it. And she gestures to the, what are they called? Sled rails?
Exactly. We have sled technology on this cart.
Yeah, so I want to jump on at the next downhill.
Oh, jump them on with us. Yeah, absolutely. I thought you meant you were going to go off and do your own damn thing.
Well, yeah, I'm doing that now. I'm gonna scout ahead a little bit.
All right, then. Yeah, go ahead.
But if something comes up,
If
and he
it looks
starts,
fun, we'll holler for you. Yes,
yeah,
I understand what you're asking.
in case he starts low rumbling a word in Ignan, it rumbles out. Who all is at the cart right now?
I'm behind the cart, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Casey speaks this low word and it rumbles out to Araya, Beth, Peach, Esmond, and Samsel. Yeah, and so you feel this rumbling come up from the ground into your mind, and then you hear, so just let me know if you need anything. Just part of speaking, and Wait, how far ahead did you skip?
2 hours, he said.
No, because the mind link's going to last 4 hours, so we got another 2 hours on that.
I think Echelon keeps it fairly businesslike while they're out doing this. She stays pretty quiet. She does a lot of looping back around. So, like, she'll strike off into, the woods and then come back, and then away again, and then come back, kind of like a little bit like a dog to some degree. If you're just walking along in the field and your dog just like does these big circles back and around. But she has a tendency to try and sneak up behind Casey to startle him. And then if anytime she manages it, if she does, I think she would just laugh before she heads off again.
Yeah, as she sneaks upon him this time, Casey jumps a bit and slides to the side. So, I mean, that's a really good way to get stabbed. Just so you know.
Why do you think I do it? It's good to keep myself in practice.
All right, then. So it's a challenge then, huh? You should also wash your back.
Always.
That's my best thing.
She's about to say, add something more when she notices it. Her eyes flicker toward that, and she comes to a halt, just freezing in mid-step, and puts out a hand to tap him on the shoulder. Just like, it's not even really a tap, it's more just sort of putting her hand in front of his shoulder to stop him, and then indicates with her chin ahead of her at the disturbance.
Casey nods knowingly and kind of points around to the left. And then points at her and points around to the right.
She heads off to the right. Sadly, I think she still doesn't have her boots, so she is just snowshoeing, which is not super stealthy in the snow, but she's trying to keep quiet as she creeps up to that point to investigate it.
And Casey moves swiftly and quietly to the left.
The tracks coming out of away from it. Like, are there any tracks that are going away or to near Shilon? Okay. think she's gonna move closer. She doesn't see movement there. If it just looks like the eviscerated corpse or something. If the blood is still red, does that mean that it was only killed in like the last couple hours? She also wants to check and see if the body is still warm. It would probably cool down really quick in the snow, but... Now that they're closer, can she see any tracks, what direction they're going, if anything left this area? A solidly average roll. Oh. Is there anything obvious trails of people going away? Guess you do have anything that you want to add before I keep asking more questions?
Well, he was just gonna ask you. Have an idea what happened?
Just takes a moment to study longer, trying to figure out if this humanoid being was killed by tools or by teeth or spell. Does it look like the magic is what killed him, or not that? Well, or something related? Okay. So it doesn't look. This person doesn't look like they got flooded, or they're exploded. Okay. She's while she's she says the following. She's also going to search the creature's pockets, um, if it has clothes. I just realized I don't know if that was specified. But some kind of fight, as far as I can tell. Seems like this guy was killed by magic, at any rate. I don't see. I mean, if you look at this particular, the way that this part of the flesh just is blown apart like that, and you see the scorch marks here and there, it doesn't look like teeth or like blades. And some people left from here to the west at the run. I think this happened in the last few hours, and I'm going to guess that they also took things that this person had on them. There's some wear marks here where there should be a belt and what looks like a satchel on their back.
Yeah, they were definitely using fire. Casey kind of kicks at one of the melted and refrozen sections of snow. Wonder what this guy did to piss him off.
I don't get the impression they have been here for a while. I mean, look at this. Well, she looks like Casey, who was wearing clothing that's definitely too light for this weather. They don't seem dressed appropriately like most people would, at least.
His shirt falls open a little bit more, and he's like, "What do you mean?"
Cold welcome to this visitor. Maybe you should let the others know, but I think at the moment there doesn't seem to be any particular danger. I guess this is a question of if we should try and pursue, but I'm not sure that there's any point to it right now.
Yeah, we'll just kind of keep an eye out, I guess. Yeah, I'll let him know. And Casey turns inward for a moment, and those that are in the mind link hear Casey say, "Found a body up here. Something not quite halfling, but like the group that got him are long gone. Keep an eye out, though, yeah?" Maybe. I mean, there's someone dead up here.
Esmond will respond to you. Oh, are you able to confirm if it was it hunted for food or for sport? I guess.
I mean, he's not eating. He's right here. They use magic. Fire, at least.
And Peach is in the mind link too, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
So Peach would, through Casey, ask, what all, was it an Aranaka person? Was it one of Muna's folks? What do you mean you found a dead person?
Yeah, I mean, come up and see. We're not too far ahead. I'm just saying, look out for, people throwing fire around. They're not to be trusted.
Noted. If it was magic, just be wary of people. Be wary of traps specifically. If we don't know what else could have come through any tears that we haven't even found yet.
Yeah, this guy doesn't really look like he's from here either.
Wait, so he doesn't look like anybody from ships? Or any of the Aranaka folk? We're on our way. I'm on my way.
Yeah, Casey kind of squints at the body, and cocks his head to the side, and glances over at Ishtalan, who has no idea what he's been saying to them. And he shrugs a little bit. No, don't know what he is.
Yeah, Esmond's going to hop out of the cart and he is going to inspect this corpse. I want to. I know that they said that it was killed by magic fire or something along those lines. I want to see if I can actually like identify the actual cause of death and or check to see if this body had any of its items stolen off of it. $23. All right, well, whatever hunted this creature down, it wasn't powerful magic. It was uh, basic cantrip level spells. Nothing incredibly powerful, but overpowering if you're trying to escape.
I mean,
And
it may have been a cantrip level stuff, but it was still enough to kill him and enough to kill any of us if it takes us by surprise. Can we do like a perception check and check the perimeter around here? Peach is nervous. Okay. Peach was kind of crouching down a little bit behind Esmond, but now she's taken a few steps toward the perimeter. She's keeping her back toward the sled, but she's moving outward a little bit, taking a few steps into the snow-covered ground. Not far from her friends at all, but she's just looking outward. And she doesn't have... she doesn't go for a bow or anything, but you see her starting to like hum a tune, just kind of a low sonorous note as she starts to fumble in her bag for something. Okay. Kate, the player, is relieved. I was getting flashbacks of when those spiders came down at us.
Question. To Ishanla's knowledge, what is to the west of here? Oh, right, because we're not very far out of Olympus Pass. I'm not, she says, sort of half to Esmond. I'm not entirely sure if this was an issue of hunting. Perhaps two parties that came upon each other by surprise. She looks at this being who is, as far as she can tell, not of the world, and given the thing, she's not going to assume that he is just a part of the world that hasn't been discovered yet. Kind of toes him a little bit in the shoulder, and says, I could potentially see this one even trying to attack someone, perhaps like a scouting party from Mirwood, and being overcome. That said, I'm not sure that this is much of our business.
The world is wide, and much of it's unknown. We shouldn't be quick to judge. But purple on... Yeah, no.
But
Yeah,
purple is just a step too far.
I mean, I know plenty of folks who are blue. I ain't never seen anybody this shade of purple before. That's true.
Esmond is going to continue searching the body just to see if he can find anything, any means of identification or like personal belongings that might be on the corpse that could have been left behind, but also calling out to Samsel. Samsel, you don't recognize this this race of being from where you come from, do you?
I would be
That's a weird
hard-pressed
kink.
to say that I like them. That's...
That's fine, Samsel. That's fair. I'm gonna need you to tell me if you recognize this creature, though, if you would, please. Am I able to find anything else on the corpse? Can can I make some kind of check to maybe identify what type of creature this is, in the sense of like it clearly, like, is it like a surface dwelling type of creature? Is this something that generally would reside like in caverns or the like, you know? 13. Damn it.
Casey's still kind of standing around there as well as people are checking things. He says, I mean, there was the four-fingered man from the shadow play. Well, I mean, only on one hand, though, due to a run-in with Razorbeak. But yeah, this guy, he's definitely from one of the portals.
Yeah, most likely, but just wish we could figure out more. It's fine. There's nothing that we can do now. She'll, we don't have much time for that, Faye. We need to keep moving.
Casey waves a hand, and the digging goes much faster.
Is the
Ishalon, did you say these things, you saw the tracks headed west?
Yep, right there. And she points at the various tracks, some of which seem to be barefoot. They're all feet, right? Not hooves. Yeah. Right. Over there, whoever they seem to either not care about the cold or be not have much in the way of things. She actually is gonna thinking of that. She's gonna check the feet of the corpse and see if the boots were taken too. Ah, hobbitses.
Is that from one of Sal's books?
Yes, it just reminded me of them. I think they were supposed to be based on the halflings, but like more rustic.
I feel like it was a proprietary version of halflings, something strange like that.
Well, DM, what direction are we traveling to get back to Shepherd's End? Okay. We should keep moving on. Keep an eye out for any traps or any setups potentially. But I don't know if we should worry about much else. If they're headed west, that's the direction of Mirrorwood. It's several days off, but if
Do
the
we
people
still
of Mirrorwood,
have do we still have a thing to communicate with someone from afar?
Well, oh, the Etch a Sketch? What I'm thinking is
And
maybe.
they're in Shepherd's End.
Well, there's new creatures, and then new humanoid creatures. So there's definitely, most assuredly, a new portal somewhere nearby, and they are just not suited for the snow. Wouldn't you think they'd go back to their portal if they came across a snow-filled land? And right?
not if it's a wild creature, but with the way that these things hunt it, I don't know if it is a wild creature necessarily.
And also sometimes proper folks end up through here accidental. Like remember, Moonus people came through and they couldn't find their way back.
I don't know of any wild creatures that would kill something with magic and then not eat it.
Yeah, that's what has me slightly concerned. Samsel, when you traveled from Shepherd's End to Allengates Pass, you didn't come across any tears or portals along the path, did you? That is generally the most obvious sign of it. Sometimes it can be a bit more abstract, and large, before you realize that you've walked in, but we've only come across one portal like that previously. It's fine. We just need to move on. There's not anything else for us to do here, so let's just move on, I guess. Ishlon, if y'all want to keep scouting ahead of us, just be wary of any setups, yeah?
Do Jordan and Bog still have some way of communicating with the Mirwood people? She asked of the group at large, and I think she's probably directing it mostly towards Samsel because Samsel saw them the most recently. If we do not go follow these to maybe head them off from the Mirwood people, then it might be good to send a message to Shepherd's End and then have them send the message on to Mirwood. I do not know. I have not sent a message on them. And she looks at the others. She doesn't know who has. I think it was mostly Peach, wasn't it, actually?
It's most likely either Esmond or Peach.
Yeah,
So
I think it's me. Yeah, so Peach would fish it out of her bag and just say, "Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm used to sending you messages on this thing, Sam. So I pure forgot that it could be useful for something else. Here you go." And she'll find the Etch a Sketch thing and hand it over to Samsel. Sometimes I would just send pictures, like I would send like a smiley face with a question mark and see if everything, or like a sheep for Ship's End.
What you need to do is draw a small four-fingered halfling, but with an evil mustache, so they understand. No, wait, this isn't necessarily evil. An evil ghost behind a halfling that's stabbing it. Yeah.
What about just stick figures with swords or maybe with magic, but they have like skulls so that they look mean?
And mustaches.
And fire.
And maybe
Fire in
Really
there too.
indicates duplicitousness.
And she tries to estimate maybe a handful of people, and she says maybe like 5 of them, or perhaps. Hard to tell really with all the mess here. Oh, maybe then draw an eye? Do one with the Minotaur guy and then have him looking at it and put an arrow from his eyes to those people so that, they can sort of keep an eye out for them.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Ishalon's really smart.
draw a map with Mirwood and Shep's End on it and show like the little guys moving towards Mirwood.
Oh, good idea.
And an arrow, yeah.
You can't animate it though. It doesn't. You just send one picture at a time. This thing does have limitations.
Each bounce of the cart kind of draw. Sorry.
Good luck, man.
It's a magic Etch a Sketch. It doesn't accidentally get erased when your brother drops it,
I know it's a magic Etch a Sketch, but I'm just imagining a drawing app on my kid's iPad. Like, this is just my kids throwing the iPad back and forth across the back of the car.
Ez is right though. We should make haste back to home. Are you gonna say some words?
If we should say something, yeah.
Casey nods. Yeah. Shall we then?
Does this mean that we're heading in the direction that this had been coming from? Or is it like kind of diagonal?
That's right. Having seen the ones where they left, can she take a look around to see where they might have come from? I understand. Okay.
Oh, so they chased it down and went back west. Well, glad we're not going west. Glad all our friends from Merwood are back in Shepherd's End. Yeah. But they're gonna have to come this way to come
They're
to the town.
not in Shepherd's End. They stayed in Midwood, and
Oh,
then
but
they were
they're
going to
coming.
go to. They stayed in Midwood, and then they were going to go to Alingus Pass.
You're right. You're right.
So-
It's hard to keep track of where everyone is.
It does seem like it's been a long time.
Ultimately, if they're traveling between towns, they can take care of themselves.
Can they?
Yeah.
I think you could also argue that we can't possibly She looks around and counts the party and Fane and Samsel. What, 8 of us? We can't help absolutely everybody. Folks gotta be able to figure some of it. Right? We can't be there for everyone.
That's fair.
Yeah, Casey glances west, and then quickly to Ishtalan, and then over to Esmond. I mean, we could catch them if you guys want to.
That is not our priority. We need to aim to get back to Shepherd's End as quickly as possible.
I agree. I agree with Ez. I think we should keep a lookout, but keep moving on.
It has been only a few hours.
Casey grins a little bit.
We will continue to head northwest, the direction that we were originally moving, back to Shepherd's End, and keep an eye out for anything that was moving strictly west, following those tracks that you pointed out, Ishtalan, but I don't think that we should divert any further. Even if they're only whatever these things that killed this thing are only a handful of hours ahead of us, that could divert us by who knows how long if we get entangled with it. I don't know if it's worth the risk right now. We have time is an incredibly strict factor right now. We have to get back to Shepherd's End. We have to help the maidens back at the temple. And we have to see if we can build a flying train. These things are going to take time.
Casey points a finger or repeatedly at Esmond. Yeah. Now, Ez is right. We do have to get back. Who knows? Maybe they'll run into our giant snow monster friend, huh?
Ooh.
I mean, didn't we have the Ornaka tribe relatively nearby too? Should we at least, is there a way we can somehow at least warn them what all is possibly around? Have them keep a scout and lookout?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're already doing as much, but if we run into them, we can definitely let them know.
Yes, they seem to sort of lack subtlety and differentiation between people for the most part. Says Ishalon, who is built to do basically one thing, and that thing is kill.
Wait, all right, who's pushing or pulling?
I think it's technically my turn, but I mean, I just am so exhausted just from the discussion we've been having. But I could take a try if you.
Great. Ishalon and I'll search up ahead.
No, I
Ishalon's
can
already gone.
I
She's
can
like
help
paces away.
He points at air.
clear branches from the path and make it easier for it to go. And gather firewood. Do we need firewood? The wandering wanderlust? Is it just like a temperature-controlled environment?
Inside, it's the temperature that I decide it is, which is usually nice and, I don't know, supposedly cozy. 70 something. It's supposed to feel like the inside of the Wanderlust, which was always a little bit warm.
Beth doesn't need the help, but she might want the help. Yeah, I can, Oh, I know. I'll feed Beth.
Like he's so happy.
Not resisting the temptation to put a carrot on a stick.
That was totally the image in my head.
No, she's just gonna stand with Kabeth and like, if there's something in the way of the moving forward, she'll help. But just every now and then, like Hannah Kabeth like nibbles.
Not even carrot, just like a muffin on a string.
Kabeth accepts it readily and grins.
During this little snack eating montage, Peach pulls out her hurdy-gurdy and starts to pluck along a little travel tune that sounds a lot like Secret Tunnel from Avatar.
Does Zephyrus communicate to me, like, if there's something urgent ahead? From the direction that he just came from? Esmond will stand up in the cart and just kind of announce to everyone around, everyone on your toes, there might be something coming towards us.
Peach stops playing.
Mage armor! Psst.
And start, like, doing looking around for in the immediate area around us.
Peach swings her hurdy-gurdy behind her back on its strap and pulls the rifle from its hip holster.
This message gets to Casey just as he's trying to sneak up on Ishtalan. And he ends up stepping on a twig right behind her.
She just puts a hand out toward his face. Keep your. You should watch where your step. But there'll probably be a lot more help.
They're in trouble. We gotta head back.
What's happening? And she has dropped any banter and pulls out bow and arrow as she begins to run back.
Zephyr's pegged something. Try to keep up, huh? In case he tries to run faster. What's going on?
I don't know. Zephyr senses something, feels something. There's something here. Something's about to happen that's throwing him off.
I mean, which direction? There wasn't anything from where we came.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't. There isn't a direction. There's something is just off right now.
Oh.
Nice.
Hey.
Oh no.
You can always spend big money to reroll.
You know what? I never use those. Is it 2 to reroll or just 1 now? Alright, I'll reroll it. Ooh, much better.
Okay, Beth, what were you saying earlier? Everyone gets a +2 to a saving throw if they're within 10 feet of you?
Yes, I believe it's just saving throws, not an
Damn.
ability. Sorry.
Okay.
Not the natural 20?
No, I spent it to reroll. Do I get anything more than that? Or I share that with the folks around. I just, as Peach is sort of, as she's pushing the butt of the rifle up against her shoulder and like kind of leveling it, making sure that she's making good contact, she looks around and she just into the forest and she says to the rest of the party, there's something wrong with the forest itself. There's something wrong with the area. Something's off here.
Hmm. False alarm then, huh?
Is it like similar to any of the previous instances where Esmond could feel something change and it like hurt him?
Did the feeling change when Peach noticed Salinger, or is it still the same weird off feeling? Oh, right, of course. I'm not gonna. I miss him. Peach kind of glances at the folks around her, and she'll say to Esmond, is there any way we can get more information about this? Is there some kind of a check or a spell or something? This is giving me a real bad feeling in the pit of my stomach.
Yeah. You know what? Esmond is going to cast Detect Magic. It's not. It's not reminiscent of that time we ran into the temporal spider, and I could see onto whatever second plane it existed on when it disappeared from the material realm. There's something. There is something in this space. The aura of this place is hazy. I can't identify anything else beside that, though. I can't. There's nothing else to see right now.
Well, should we just wait, or should we keep moving? I mean, if maybe it's like a miasma, we can just walk through it. Maybe it'll settle, or we'll get through this patch. Should we keep going?
We should keep going. If it gets bad or gets worse, then we turn around. Yes.
Yeah, because doing nothing, staying here is just giving me, just giving me anxiety.
I'll do a quick perimeter check, huh?
Stay a bit closer. And she goes back to the front again, but not quite as far.
I am also going to cast See Invisibility. I can. Well, See Invisibility is he brandishes his wand, drawing a circle in the air that solidifies when he completes it, and the runes drift into his forehead and kind of vanish, absorbing into his skin before they reach his eyes, so that they have a slight, like a gold ring around his irises. Jesus Christ. What does the creature look like? It's not. Is it humanoid? Okay. Esmond is standing up in the cart when he sees this thing and just says to everyone, "Hold. No one move right now." Okay. No one else can see that, can they?
What are you looking at, Ez?
Are Ez's eyes different, like visibly?
Yes. There is a light gold ring around his irises currently.
And
Well,
we
of
saw you
course we
cast a
can't
spell,
see.
yeah.
I can't do that thing. I don't see what you see.
Yeah, I figured. Just double checking. Okay. Everyone act natural. And he's going to hop down from the cart and have Typhon join him by his side.
Peach doesn't get off the cart, but she shifts in a way that is just subtle, like she's just sitting down, etc., with the group, but she shifts in such a way that her rifle is training right ahead of Esmond, sort of leading him by about 3 feet. She's taking aim, even though she cannot see the target, using Esmond as a target point.
Esmond is going to begin approaching the tree where the creature is crouched up on, not looking at it, but trying to like begin approaching the tree without trying to make direct eye contact with the creature to so that he's trying not to let the creature realize that Esmond can see it yet. Hell yeah, two of my best things.
Yeah.
There is no difference.
It's gonna be like asking Esmond to act cool.
Nah, I'm keeping. Nah, I'm keeping it. Oh, good. You can understand me. Thank goodness. That I'm not one for the performative arts, if you will. Well, me and my friends are just trying to travel from one town to our hometown, just passing through.
Does Zara detect sarcasm?
Sorry. Araya like bristles at his doesn't do anything except for like.
Can we hear the person that Ez is talking to, or is Ez the only person who can hear them?
Oh, good point.
Okay.
Can we see them now when they're talking?
Can we see them, or
Gosh
okay?
darn.
All right, fair enough.
Did the people who went off to check perimeters, etc., getting wind of this? Or are they just away?
Shed back. They found somebody.
You go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that Peach adjusts her aim to be more accurate and direct now that she's heard the voice. She's no longer trying to hide the fact that she has a gun, and she'll call out to Ez and say, "Esmond, is everything all right over there? Who you talking to?"
I'm talking to another potential traveler. Let's aim that down, please. We don't no one's making a fuss at the moment.
I'm just looking out for you, Ez. I can't see what you can see, so maybe once we can see that there's not a threat, then we can put the gun down.
Just for now, if you would please take my word for it, and I will speak to our host here and see what I can find out.
Peach like clucks a little bit, but puts the gun down.
Hello. My name is Esmond Blockwright.
Yes.
Would you be willing to share your name with us? Okay, my apologies. Can you tell us where we are? We seem to be a bit lost at the moment. Don't think we intentionally brought snow with us, aside from what we happened to track on our. Sorry. So where are we then? The wood. Esmond just kind of looks back towards anyone. Does that ring a bell for anyone?
There's lots of woods.
It is
What
the wood.
kind of wood?
Snowy woods. Myrrh woods, heh.
Literally could mean any wooded area. Tell our new friend to be more specific, please.
Or we came across a body just a teensy bit ago. Well, no, there seems to be dangerous things in the woods, and he should be careful.
Maybe that's not information we want to share with our new friend quite yet, until we know that they're friendly.
Well, okay, there's two possibilities. Is that it was his friend, or he did it, and...
She just makes like a scrunched up nose face. Like,
It's... dangerous woods! Dangerous cold woods! If he's not used to the cold, we might help him.
Well, I'll tell you what. Regardless of where we are, if you could please point us in the right direction to exit these woods so that we may continue our journey home, we will remove ourselves and this snow from this place.
I'd like to think that if Shalon gets back at this moment and just sees Esmond talking to a tree.
Well, if we brought it with us, it only makes sense that were we to leave, it would follow along with us, right?
Ez is good at logic. It makes sense.
Yes. We were headed northwest back to our hometown. So, should we just continue that direction to leave these woods?
Kind of. What?
Could you please be more helpful? Thank you, says Peach. She kind of nods to him and just says, "This is so much easier." And she'll aim from the hip. Now, please tell us how to leave. All we want to do is get out of your hair and get on our way. We just want to go. Let us leave.
Shalon leans over to Casey and is like, Where we stuck? I didn't think we just need to keep heading northwest, right?
Yeah, Araya sort of like edges back to the newly arrived Casey, and she's like,
I didn't think we were lost either. I think these ones are lost. They're not ready for the cold.
Oh, I thought they were saying that we'd brought the cold and we'd traveled through something.
No, they came through a portal to here. This is what our world has been cold for a long time. It's not suddenly not cold.
No, but
They're in the wrong spot.
This whole area feels weird. How are we sure they're in the wrong spot and not we're in the wrong spot? Maybe we slipped through to their place. This is the wood, right? Maybe it's their wood. Peach will look at the pink-haired person and say, is this... What all does this place seem like to you?
Casey leans over to Ishtalan. I like their hair.
She kind of grinned at the line from him, and then just nods a little bit and grins a little bit wider at Casey's comment as well.
Casey steps forward. My name is Orthocles Feldspar Calcio. What's your name? Perhaps I've heard of you.
Let me rephrase so as to not cause offense. By what? By Korred.
What are you drawing, Korred?
Oh, I've also been studying these happenings. As a matter of fact, thinking is just about the only thing that I do nowadays.
Casey slaps Esmond on the back and turns to move back to the car the moment this all happened.
Peach reholsters the gun.
Korred. Well, thinkers alike. You haven't come across any other folks that have come through your woods, have you? Okay. Well, doesn't ring a bell to me, but hey, we recently traveled from a tower that seemed to have time manipulate around it and lost weeks and a half worth of time, give or take. Okay, other side. Yeah.
The other side? What do you mean?
What's that? Peach gasps aloud. See, I said we were the ones who fell through.
I think he's wrong. Yes, things feel kind of hanky, but I'm pretty sure that they've come through here. Otherwise, why is there snow? And also,
is the sky still like the weird color?
I bet you the sky is the purple, green, blue color that's not a color.
Do I remember what that patch of Feywild looked like, or do you think I would call it at this time? Okay. I guess you didn't really get close enough to get a feeling off of it, though, right? Previously.
Well, go ahead. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Korred, what particular phenomenon have you noted recently? Well, where we come from, this is referred to as snow, as a matter of fact. It's essentially frozen water, frozen rain.
Are you sure that you haven't fallen through to our side?
Yeah, was there a large portal that you happened to step through? And yet? Oh no, is this one of the big portals that is kind of three-dimensional and not two-dimensional? Es!
I mean, we've walked through stuff.
That's what I was saying.
Wasn't
I was,
clear.
No.
Could you? Sorry, could you repeat that? I just didn't hear what that last bit was. I thought the cavern. Is that what you call the tears, the portals have been opening up? Oh, you
What
want
if...
to? Go ahead.
Is he only saying this to Esmond right now?
Oh, okay. Trade information for information? No? What are you interested in? Years worth of information? And, like, wait.
what do you mean a year? What are you talking about when give you a year?
Oh, I'm sorry. We're trying to save the entire universe. We don't have a year's worth of given a year. We don't have that. Memories.
Cookies.
Lots of them. We have memories of parallel planes that haven't existed or have stopped existing. Right?
Cookies. Yeah, I have cookies. She reaches in her pocket and pulls out a packet of cookies. They're not super, like, they're the hard kind.
Kabeth.
Cool.
Casey says Kabeth, and then shakes his head no,
What?
and then gives her a wink.
Coethus looks really confused, and she still
You're gonna
hands
be
the cookies.
so hungry later.
No, I'm sorry. We can't trade you the cookies. They're too valuable.
Kabeth looks so confused.
No, you clearly don't have enough to warrant that kind of trade. No. Kabeth, put the cookies away.
Kabeth's just holding the cookies. I can give him a cookie.
But you mentioned all kinds of stuff. Hold on. Listen to Casey for 1 second, because what all kinds of stuff?
No,
Yes.
They don't have enough. They're trying to swindle us.
Well, we should sweeten. Okay. Okay. She sort of like counts on her hands. We should sweeten the deal with show us that your goods are valid and useful. Give us a hint of the kind of information that seems to be helpful to us.
We're trying to get to the White Tower.
I mean, I don't think we need to trust this person at all. They haven't even confirmed where we even are. We still haven't got what is the wood. We've got 0 things from them. I wouldn't even offer them anything, let alone the cookies.
Beth looks so confused.
I thought you
What?
said that you had to really want it.
All right, so we are supposed to get somewhere by talking in circles or by walking in circles, because you're just confusing us. This is unhelpful. And Peach will jump off the cart like she's gonna leave. Yeah, I know. We have to get there ourselves. You've been nothing but unhelpful.
Okay, let's. I feel like we're beginning to break down in communication here. Let's just. I know the cookies are rare, but if you are willing to trade in information with us, we can offer you 1 cookie at this time, and depending on the information that you offer, maybe we can offer additional cookies for more information. The first thing that I think that we would like clarification on is the woods and what this place is. You referred to us coming through from the other side, so I think we just want to confirm how you mean by that.
We do. We got plenty of woods.
What did I tell you? This guy's not worth the cookies. Let's go.
Hold on. Maybe
I'm
we're
with
just not
Casey. We're
asking.
out.
Maybe we're just not asking the right question.
He ain't
So
even trying. He's just wasting our time. What's that supposed to mean, not a thinker?
I'm just not a, Well, are you cold right now? And here's what I propose. I think that you're not where you think you are. I think you're where we are. Well, no, we wouldn't. We can't. We can bring ourselves through, but has there ever been snow brought through? How about that? You said you've never seen it. You knew about it, but you've never seen it. So this is, I think, us is not the weird thing. I think the snow is, and so it should prove that you're where we are, and y'all, we're not lost. We're fine. If we just
It
keep
doesn't
walking,
really
we'll be
matter
fine.
how we got. It doesn't really matter how we got here. What I want to know is how do we get to the place between and or the White Tower?
Oh, how do we get here on purpose? Yeah.
Yes.
in time, we weren't ready to do that yet, I thought.
Even on your
I
side,
assume
even.
so.
Wait, I really want to see this guy. Yes, can you ask?
He's visible now.
No. Zephyr, Zephyrus, can you ask Zephyrus just to go above the tree, just see what color this guy is? Is Zephyrus colorblind? This is actually suddenly important.
Clarify, DM. I thought Korred revealed himself to everyone else, or what did he just?
I want to. No, not this guy. The sky.
Oh,
the
okay.
sky.
I heard this
Definitely
guy.
heard this guy.
Oh, sorry.
I would like Zephyrus to look at the sky, but is he colorblind? It's important.
Zephyrus isn't going anywhere. He's kind
Just
of
up.
freaking out.
Just up. Maybe Zephyrus is freaking. Maybe we did go through. Oh.
I mean, Esmond
Like a sponge.
Esmond just motions to his shoulder, and Zephyrus is like buried under his cloak, just shivering.
Comfort.
Someone looks over
Small
at Salinger
Zephyrus.
and says, "I think Salinger still has my boots, and as far as I can tell, there's no limit on that of how high up you can go."
I can fly. Ah.
She kind of smacks her head.
Well,
Ishilan visibly prepares herself to grab Araya.
I don't want to waste it on just trying to find out what color the sky is.
We can.
I mean, I could just click these boots together. That's how they work, right?
I've never worn those boots before.
You do have to murmur a prayer to Boonhilda, though, right? Right? She looks at everyone.
Salinger, it's about time you spoke up. And hey, those are Ixalan's boots. I thought we set you up with some of your own.
No.
I just hadn't had an opportunity to return them yet. I just started getting comfortable.
I hope he didn't thirst them. But yes, if that would probably be the easiest way, I imagine, if it works.
Press, you suddenly got super quiet.
Oh, I imagine that would be the easiest way to get up above the tree line to see the sky, if it works. Seems a bit temperamental sometimes.
All right then, says as
Wait.
he clicks his toes together and then says some sort of prayer to Brunhilde. Breaker and Builder, lift me up to the sky. Oh boy.
I don't see.
That's because I didn't have Roll20 open yet, sorry.
Oh.
Also, suspense is the best part.
Yeah, it's powerful.
Waiting with bated breath to see the 25% chance of happening and it's going to happen.
25% chance your feet explode.
I did it.
Very nice.
Do I remember this is a point in history? Like out of character? Or in character? Okay. So just kind of otherworldly. Got it. All right. He looks down at his feet. Yeah, let's go back down. Points his toes down. Yeah, it's all wrong up there. It's kind of fuzzy at the edges, not quite clear. Multiple moons and twilight.
Oh no.
Wow.
I
What
hate
about
it when
you?
you're right. Not you, Sal. Him.
Nobody hates it when I'm right.
No, it's helpful when you're right. Like it's helpful when Ez is right. Although sometimes kind of doomful.
That's because Mez is pretty much always right.
Don't tell him that.
Sounds like we got a deal to make then. Casey walks over to the creature. You lead us out of here, back to our place. I'll give
Wait,
you
why do we want to get?
1.5 cookies. Casey glances over at Kabath.
Bess is furiously counting. She's like, she holds up the cookies and she's, I have 8. I have 8 cookies.
Yeah.
That's too many. No, you can do 3. Look, this person has 4 fingers too, right? It's kind of like the body we saw before. He kind of leans down a little bit, nods at his hands, and says, "We saw someone like you a while back, a little bit ago. They didn't fare too well. Imagine it's just as dangerous out here for you as it is for us." Well,
No, not a threat, not a threat. A
Yeah, Casey, that did
proposition.
sound really threatening.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
we'll keep you safe as much as you're going to keep us safe.
all I'll say,
Exactly. No. Oh, Casey, come on.
you keep throwing out insults. One of them just might strike a chord.
Oh, so one for
For
each
now.
finger? One for each finger, so 8 cookies?
I know at that rate, give him one for each hand and count it down to 2.
Oh, I know. 4 now and 4 when we're done.
Sure, but 4 now and 4 when we're safely where we're going.
So long as you agree
Yeah.
that all is 8, because I'm not going to magically come up with more cookies tomorrow. That spell stopped working. The finite number that we have present visible to you now.
This guidance.
Seems so. Mm-hmm. That's what we're offering. And nothing more and nothing less.
But wait, does guidance include answers too?
I don't think. I don't think he has them.
For now, let's strike a deal for the guide, and in our travels, if we wish to ask questions and for you to divulge answers, maybe we can strike a different deal at that time. But for now, would you be our guide for 4 cookies now, and then 4 cookies at the end of the of you guiding us back?
I thought you were a thinker, and maybe that you want to write down more of the happenings. I don't want you to die either.
So if we're,
Is it certain death if you leave?
I think he's saying that we're going to die where we're going. So if where we're from is the other side, where are you from? Beyond this side.
What is the wood? God damn!
What is beyond
By
the
the
wood?
maiden, by the horns of whomever.
I offer you 4 of the cookies, and I carefully wrap the remaining 4 and put them away. The chocolate chip.
Ishtalan is going to immediately speak up, as if afraid that someone is going to speak before her, and says, "We're trying to get to the place between the White Tower."
Eventually, that's not our immediate goal, Ishtalan.
Is intention part? Directions don't work like that.
Then it's never going to work because I don't want to go back.
Oh, shit.
What? You know something now, and now I need to know.
Okay, nope. Korred, would you give us a bit of time to discuss amongst ourselves where exactly it is that we're trying to go to? Yeah, that doesn't sound menacing at all. Okay, everyone, back to the carts. Let's have a quick powwow team meeting right now. Okay, Ishlan, I feel like priorities are getting a little muddled right now. We're trying to get back to Shepherd's End, right? That is what we agreed to.
Shepherd's End was a step toward the eventual goal, but it's not my goal.
No,
I was
it's
never
true.
going to go to the town anyway.
Shalon is right. The idea was to. There's a lot of ideas.
If we have a way to get to where we want to go without the steps in between, then why not take it?
Because we are not ready. There's still so much that we don't know about the place between or the White Tower. Part of the reason that we
find the answers in Shepherd's End.
No, but we were going to Shepherd's End to get the materials that we need to build that flying train to get to the capital of Lux. So there we can find out everything that we need.
So that we can speak to a queen who is definitely going to believe some 7 country bumpkins who have no importance in the world. And they're definitely going to tell us all the answers.
I mean, the queen's not going to believe us. She's going to believe that Sav person, the person we're talking to through the,
I'll talk to her.
She didn't even know where we were. How would she know anything about the country?
Doesn't she know about the tower? Does she? Right?
Ishalon, you're not wrong. I worry that I'll be dooming every single priestess of my order to wander a desert if I don't do something. But you're not wrong that this could be a path to where we need to be.
If there is a shortcut to where I want to go, I want to take it. All the stuff in between is foldable.
No, it's not. We can't take shortcuts. We need to be very methodical, very precise about all of this. Otherwise, one or all of us can die.
We don't have time. You have said this yourself. How are we going to have time to build a enormous flying train, travel to the capital, try to convince the queen that we know something instead of just being thrown out on our ears, research whatever vaults or archives, and then somehow use another tear? We had to find another tear and go through it. Where if we have a way to get there immediately, that could save us months, years. We don't even have that much time. How much time was it that the person said that we have? Not long.
But
I
if
hate
we
to say it, but they've got a point, Ez. I mean,
of course she has a point, but we can't if we try to go to the White Tower half cocked without any information on how it operates outside of what we know, which, should I remind you all, is not a lot. If we try to do that, we're bound to just get ourselves killed and accomplish nothing.
but what if we take so long to get there that everyone dies anyways?
What are the chances of there being something that is actually, even if we do manage to convince the queen to let us research or give us information, nobody has known what this thing was. Like, we sent an army and it disappeared. For all we know, the only way to find out information is to go to the actual place and see it and investigate it.
Investigate it how? We know nothing about the place between. We know that there is a creature there that, beautiful, haunting, will destroy us. We know that the world is falling apart.
We know that we can run from the creature because I have done that. We know that we can see the White Tower from there, which is basically the same thing that we can do here, but we know that here there is some kind of perimeter or something that is making it difficult to know what's beyond, and maybe it's less on the other side. We don't know that for sure, but we know there are more barriers here than that we know in the place beyond. Not space.
If we can get to Shepherd's End, I know for a fact that I can turn any tear or portal. I can rework those to turn them into portals that can lead us to the place between. We have the methods to reach the place between at any time that we need.
And that is what I thought the original plan was when we talked about it in the small tower. And then all of a sudden there was this other thing about going to the capital first and building some flying ship thing and it's having to find this, that, and the other magical materials.
It was never going to be as simple as just walking through a portal and walking towards the White Tower.
Why not?
Because we're not prepared. We are not
We have managed to
strong
get
enough.
this far. We have managed to get this far with, frankly, astonishingly little. And that's not a guarantee for the future, but neither is trying to sit around and find something that may not even exist when
But
we know for certain that we are running out of time.
Echelon, all of the most highly capable people in the entire kingdom went to the White Tower and have never been heard from since.
So they're not even all the most highly capable people in the kingdom and aren't even at the capital.
But we want to wrest control of the tower so that we can shape the world back to the way it was. I don't know how. Getting there is step one, but knowing what to do when we're there is steps we don't even have we can't even fathom yet.
6 months ago, or what has it been now? Anyway, less than a year ago, none of us knew anything about any of this. And in that time, we have, and let's be real, it was mostly you. You have managed to figure out that the world is changing, seasons are changing, it shifted on its thing, what is the word, axis, managed to figure out how to close these tears with just whatever we happen to come across and boxes of scraps. Why can we not do the same in the future? Do you not feel that ticking clock that is waiting for us?
Every goddamn minute of every day, I'm aware of the clock. Which is why I don't want us rushing and getting ourselves killed knowing that we have that clock hanging over our heads. We have time, not a lot, but we have time. And the last thing that I want for any of you to do is to die because we're unprepared. If we try and go to the place between now, knowing as little as we do about it or the White Tower, without a guarantee return method.
At this, Shalon just throws up her hands and walks away.
Yeah, awesome.
Guaranteed return method. Are you serious?
I'm sorry, so what is the plan exactly? If we're not supposed to complete our task and also return home?
Go, save the world, save Shalati. Kind of the other way around, to be honest. Everything else is unimportant.
Bullshit, that's not how that works, and I know you understand that.
I don't think you understand what I am willing to do to get her back. And frankly, that includes none of you.
You're gonna. We can't go anywhere if we don't all decide together. That's what's his head said. You're gonna trap us, the rest of us here.
Ishalon crosses her arms and just glares.
Ixalan, if you don't decide with us, we're not gonna go do your thing. We're just gonna be trapped. We're just gonna be stuck here, arguing for infinity.
You don't have to stay with me then. I will go off and do this on my own, as I have before.
We're not gonna let you go alone. That's not how we operate. You can't leave on your own.
We'll help you. Just don't leave us.
I just write, if you get to the White Tower and you find Shalati, which we will, by the way, we will. You're going to be caught with every. What did she say? She said that it'll pull you in and you'll never let you leave, and then we'll have to come rescue.
Wait, can't we have him take us to the capital instead of to the tower? So, we could gather more information. I mean, we're not going to find our information back home. I want to go home too, but I don't want to go home until things are safe again.
For the first time in how long this has taken, 15-20 minutes, Ishalon's brows unfurrow, and then she glances at Kibeth with huh.
Holy shit. I mean, maybe?
I mean, that was the point of us going home, was to make a way to get to the capital. I'm sure once we're at the capital, we can find means to get to the tower. We'll figure something out. I mean, we can build a train at home. We can build a train at the capital. What difference does it make?
Or find a tear near the capital to get to the place between.
Exactly. But why not take the shortcut when we have the opportunity? It doesn't have to be a shortcut all the way to the end. Just a shortcut getting us closer to where we can actually find answers. They're not going to be at home, Ez. I really don't think so, anyways.
Esmond grasps your forearm and is just looking at you with excited eyes. Hold that thought. That's great. And he's going to dash back to Korred. Korred, hey, question for you, real fast. Hey, so we're talking about it, still thinking, it's what we do. uh, the it, if you were to guide us, if we were to tell you where we want to go, does it have to be a place that we are familiar with innately, or can we just like give you a name and you will be able to point us in the right direction and we can get there? There are woods along the way. Okay. Thank you. Be back soon. And Esmond runs back to the group. So Korred can maybe get us to the capital. Just a little notch in the plan there. Not necessarily guaranteed. He can maybe get us there, or he can
What
get
did
us
you say?
close to there.
What did you say exactly?
I mean, is there a guarantee he can get us anywhere? For
Yeah,
sure.
I agree with Kabeth. There's no guarantee he's not gonna, shove us off a damn cliff. If we're gonna trust him to send us anywhere, we should just go for it, I suppose. It doesn't seem any more dangerous than anything else.
He's not sending us anywhere. He's guiding us along a path that will allow us to continue the journey back into our world. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what that is. The way that he phrased it is that he can, if there's a landmark, or if there is a place somewhere within the woods, or or a person, he can get us. He can guide us there. But anything outside of the woods gets a bit tricky. So he can get us along the way towards Lux, but I don't necessarily know if he can get us there, get us all the way to the capital.
I mean, I do respect someone who's incredibly food motivated on a certain fundamental level, so I trust that he'll at least try. I mean, I have the other 4 cookies, and he clearly really, really wants them.
Yeah. Peach will kind of elbow Salander like a little bit in the ribs as he's like snoozing, zoning in and out. And she'll say, Hey, what do you think? You wanna go to the capital? You always wanted to see that university.
It seems like the best compromise. Yeah, that's my vote.
So is that the? Are we all in agreement then? There's not a guarantee that he'll be able to guide us to the capital directly. He can get us in that direction, but I don't know if he'll be able to tell us where exactly we will be once we exit back into our world in relation to the capital.
Once we exit, we can find somebody else and just ask them. Hopefully, they will be not invisible or hostile. So, you know,
Can't
so
you just use the
far,
stars?
one could.
Esmond looks to Araya a bit forlornly. I know that we were. I know that we were going to back to Shep's End, and one of the first things we were going. I know that we were going to try and get back to the temple and help the other priestesses, but I, you, would you be okay with us trying to travel to the capital first?
Well, She looks, she's been quiet and sad a little bit, knowing where this was going. I can't outweigh the lives of a few foolhardy priestesses for all of everyone else.
They're not foolhardy. They're your sisters. We can
You
come.
say first, but it's them or everyone else, and I would pick everyone else.
Does anyone disagree with this plan? Instead of going back to Shepherd's End, our goal is to instead head towards the capital of Lux. We save time, energy, and for all of us, get to experience what the big city is like.
Ez thinks there's answers at the Capitol for how we can actually handle the White Tower.
There are answers at the Capitol. There have to be. And we all wanted to go back home, but priorities shift. And we have an opportunity here to save time and potentially gain allies in reversing what's happening to the world. He says that he can guide us.
It would be sort of funny if, after all of this, he just dumped us back on the world somewhat on the opposite side.
Sure, funny's a word for that, yeah. But I think we need to trust him. I don't know how we wandered in here, but we did, regardless, and we don't know how to navigate it outside of the vague connotation of we have to know where we want to go.
Can he hear us from over here? Right. Am I in the mental thing? I'm scrolling up to see if I'm in the mental thing.
I think that's probably run out at this point.
Oh, yeah, that expired a while ago.
Well, do you want to bet all of our plans on the whims of somebody that we met up the road from a corpse?
He likes cookies. That's good enough for me.
They were all up the road from a corpse.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to do that, but given our current circumstances and the priorities of other members of the group, this is the best alternative solution to our predicament.
AC was smirking at Ishtalon during that entire argument that you guys had, just kind of leaning against a tree, looking completely relaxed. And at that point, with what Esmond said, he says, "What are we wasting time talking about it for? Let's go do it."
And you all thought sledding was... I trust you. I don't trust him, but I trust you.
Who'd you say that to?
The group!
Okay.
Them all. You all.
Oh, them all.
Which is basically Pete and Esmond, who are the only ones who are against sledding, and Salinger.
No, it's...
Oh, I guess Kipeth was
Here,
our team.
no.
Never mind. Okay.
This seems like a foolhardy thing, and you all thought that sledding down a hill was a dangerous distraction from our path. I will, with all my heart, go where you lead. But you're putting awful lot on the shoulders of someone we happened across.
Well, I mean, if he steers us wrong, we'll kill him.
That's true.
And I don't think we have much of a choice, Araya. I mean, we seem like like we need him to help us out.
No, we don't need anyone's help. We got away from the crystal spider with no one's help, and we got through Merwood with no one's help, and we got through, and we're in possibly a hazy in-between space between our place and the you think the Feywild? But it's not that we're trapped in the Feywild, it's that we're in the same sort of pocked holes of our universe that we've always been in. We don't... It's just hard.
So we won't just kill him. We'll make him really regret his decisions first.
Yeah, I won't give him the rest of the cookies.
Our decisions, you all. It's our decisions. We're making a bet. Right now, in this moment, we're making a bet.
I guess the question is, how confident do we feel in our luck?
Casey's luck, I feel pretty confident about, but not mine.
I've always tried to operate on the best available information that I have, and I just worry that we can't get out of here without guidance of some kind.
But he already told us how. It's just intention and keep walking.
I don't think that's necessarily true that we could not get out, but he at least offers a chance at getting somewhere else faster. There's nothing for me there.
Desmond actually just gets really quiet and clenches his fists.
Gabeth looks at Araya.
Yeah. I think Peach kind of takes Salandra's hand in hers, even though he still has his 1,000-yard stare, and says, "Hey, you. I'll go wherever you want to go. You want to go ships? We'll go ships. You want to go wherever S wants? We'll do that. But just stick with me, okay? Don't disappear again."
Yeah, I'll do my best. It's a hard decision.
Okay. Guide or no, our intentions are all the same. The capital flux. Are we all in agreement?
Yes.
I need a verbal response from everyone, or we can't go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'll go to the capital with you, Esmond.
If it is the only way to get everyone there and cut off however long it would take otherwise from the original plan, then yes.
Always wanted to meet the queen.
Fane, Samsel, are you both in? What else do you need to hear? Araya?
Where you go, I will follow.
Okay. Okay. So it's decided amongst the group. We will ask Korred to guide us to the capital flux. Korred, did you hear all that? Can you guide us to the capital flux?
Do we need to specify like a time? Because we don't want to arrive 1,000 years back.
That seems fair since of all the weird stuff that happened. You know, with Sal.
Well, we're all in agreement. If you will guide us to the path, we'll figure it out from there.
Gabeth takes Araya's hand and gives it a squeeze. And she kind of leans towards her and says, I promise that as soon as we have an opportunity, we'll find a way to rescue them, okay?
By going to Lux, or the capital, our only possible next step is go to the tower. And if we succeed against all odds at the tower, we close every portal and damn anyone left on one side or the other. We've made promises to the lizard folk. We're making a choice, that's all.
I know, but what I'm saying is if there's some way, maybe we'll find out some other information that will give us a window of opportunity. You never know. But I promise you, if there's a chance, I'll help you take it, okay?
Right. Thank you.
I'll give you 2 of the cookies, and then you point us which one to go down. And if it seems like the right way, I'll give you the other 2. Beth looks really skeptical, and she looks at each path. How do they look? Beth looks at Esmond, and everyone else says, "What do you guys think?"
Shala's just gonna jerk her head out at Korred and shrug.
We struck a deal and asked Korred to guide us to the path, and asked him to tell us which road would lead where we need to go. Korred, would you accept 3 of the cookies to tell us which direction to go, and then we give you that last one before we head on our way?
I mean, I can jog it back to you once it looks like we're going the right way.
No. We had a deal. You're right. Beth, if you would, please.
Beth, she reluctantly opens the parcel and offers the remaining 4 cookies to him.
I wonder where the other way goes.
Focus, Casey.
I mean, there's this whole other path. Where does it go?
Focus. Oh.
Uh,
Okay.
I think,
Unless
I think Ishalon looks at Casey and just simply says, Shalati. And otherwise she looks back toward the indicated path and looks sort of like a bloodhound. She is so focused and intent on the indicated way.
Yeah, but what about the path on the right? Where
God
does
damn
that
it.
go? You don't know where it goes. Hmm.
All right. Let's do this.
Ishalon steps forward.
Kabeth is waiting to go last to make sure that Casey goes down the path with everyone else.
No, Casey would follow pretty quickly up next to Ishalon.
She narrows her eyes at him as he goes by, and her arms are crossed across her chest, and she'll wait for everyone else anyways.
Esmond will actually probably go last with Kabeth.
Casey catches up to Ishalon and says, "You don't think I would have let you go get her alone, eh?"
Frankly, I don't really know what you do, and I'm not sure I can count on you.
That should be fun.
Peach will follow Sal's lead.
Yeah, I'm right behind them. The first two.
She's close with him, like almost arm in arm, if not. Like within arm's reach. But not like being clinky.
I gesture to Fane and then Araya and Esmond. I'm bringing up the rear. Go on.
I'll grab someone's hand.
Yeah, as I was actually just about to come in. Esmond would come around your right side and take your hand in his. I'm sorry we have to do this, but I think that we can make things work this way.
It just... Normally you think a lot longer about this sort of thing.
I know, but I haven't stopped thinking yet. I will figure this out. I promise you.
Well, okay. Well, we'll be together. And okay. She squeezes his hand and she'll walk forward, either pulling him or him pulling her, but you can't really tell which.
Yeah, Esmond falls along. I'm not letting you go anywhere without me. Just proceeds on.
Beth takes one last look around at both paths and then follows her friends.
No.
Saving throw or ability? Because my saving throw is great.
I forget how to do the whisper thing. Is it like /W?
There's a little button
Oh, no.
underneath
No.
your name that says public or 2GM, and do the 2GM one.
I'm thinking about using a reroll.
I was gonna ask, not to give anything away or nothing, but GM, if we want to reroll, could we reroll?
This is going great, everyone.
I still can't figure out how to stupid do it. Where?
It's a purple button.
You should have a button, like a toggle button on your main page.
It's right up above inspiration.
Might have to have it available on your the settings.
Oh,
like
got it.
your-
Yep, got it.
Okay.
And it's just straight charisma roll or charisma saving?
Yeah.
Chris, please confirm if we are allowed to use our resources to reroll if we want to reroll. Oh no, I did worse. Wait, I still have an inspiration.
Private, folks. I'm seeing everybody's rolls. 2GM. Up, thank you.
Rerolled.
Rerolled.
One sec. Probably also gonna reroll.
No, me too.
Did anyone do well?
I did. Your girl did fine. I'm charismatic as hell.
That's fine.
Wait. I have other rerolls.
I'm checking to see
This
if I have
makes me
anything that'll
so
add to this.
concerned. This makes me so concerned.
You're joking. I can show you the thing. So first, he's lucky. Second, is conflagration points.
I thought Casey's charisma is quite high. This sounds like a...
Well, it is, but it's just a straight check. So I suppose I'll use the first one. I don't know if this is going to apply. I can add this. maybe it won't fly because it's not technically a proficiency. So yeah, first one, Chris.
Sorry, in whisper or in the channel?
I'm so anxious.
This is going great. I'm so thrilled. This was so dumb. I'm so happy we did this.
See, we should have gone to the tower because it would have been simpler for him to lead us there. Everybody knows where it is.
Fuck.
We don't get to find out where it was. Come on. Oh, please. Oh, that's awful.
Damn
Maybe
it.
next time.
Who was the most charismatic?
No one say
Never know.
anything.
Or the least. We could have all been dragged down by low charisma. Who knows?
That's fair. We don't actually know how it works.
Yeah, it's like totally arbitrary roll, and then one of us apparently.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Charisma ability checks are my specialty.
Just because he said, but one of you wants to go doesn't mean that other people didn't also want to go to the same place. No.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
It's very specific wording.
We end up in a bakery.
Wait, is it very specific wording?
Yeah,
How's
are we
it
going
very
by implication
paranoid
or going by
person.
technicalities? It being the Feywild, I feel like going with technicalities.
When we saw the Feywild in other sessions, did it have the same skyline?
No, the Feywild has like purple.
That's what I thought. Okay, that's what I was trying to put together with your description.
Have any of us actually seen the Feywild though? Aside from, I guess, that little patch, but I don't know if you even saw this guy in that patch.
I feel good about this session.
You